Professional and career advantages. Professional advantages from height are not coincidental or superficial. Research shows each additional inch of height translates to approximately $800 more in annual earnings. Over a 30-year career, this compounds into hundreds of thousands of dollars in cumulative earnings advantage. The corporate world demonstrates this most starkly. About half of male Fortune 500 CEOs are at least 3 inches taller than average males. Presidential history reinforces the pattern consistently. Over a century has passed since America elected a president shorter than average. President William McKinley at 5 feet 7 was elected in 1896 and faced ridicule in the press. Height influences hiring decisions because taller candidates are perceived as more competent and trustworthy, even with identical qualifications. Recruiters unconsciously associate height with general competence and job ability. Tall salespeople benefit because customers perceive them as more persuasive negotiators, leading to higher sales. Height correlates with supervisor ratings of effectiveness and objective sales performance. Height is also positively associated with cognitive ability, meaning some earnings premium reflects genuine intellectual advantages. Women experience the same height advantage, being more likely to reach leadership positions for each additional centimeter of height. Health and wellness benefits. Health advantages from height appear across multiple systems and disease categories. Taller individuals show significantly lower risk for congestive heart failure and coronary artery disease. Studies found women with taller stature were substantially less likely to develop type 2 diabetes, with similar protective patterns in both men and women. A University of Edinburgh study analyzing 6,000 subjects discovered correlation between height and higher IQ scores. Taller individuals report more enjoyment and happiness, while reporting less sadness. For every 2.5 inches of height, depression risk decreases by approximately 20%, suggesting clear, measurable protective effects. Height influences metabolism. Taller people have higher basal metabolic rates, burning more calories even at rest. Most important is cognitive protection in aging. Taller people are approximately 30% less likely to develop dementia, with every 2.5 inches of height decreasing dementia risk by 16%. This involves superior cardiovascular health, better cognitive development, and adequate early life nutrition. An additional inch of height improves psychological outcomes by roughly the same as a 5% increase in family income. Showing physical stature translates directly into psychological well-being. Athletic and physical performance advantages. Athletic advantages from height manifest across virtually every sport due to biomechanical principles and reach advantages. Longer limbs mean greater stride length, increased reach, and in most athletic disciplines, a natural competitive head start that compounds over time. Basketball provides the clearest example of height dominance. The average NBA player stands 6 feet, 7 inches, approximately 9 inches taller than the average male. Basketball requires players to outjump competitors for rebounds, shots, and defensive positioning. A 6'10" player needs to jump 4 feet to reach the 10-foot hoop, while a 6-foot player must jump 4'4" to reach the same height, a significant cumulative disadvantage across thousands of plays in a season. The top 10 scoring leaders in the 2016 NBA season included 7 players taller than 6'7", and all 10 rebounding leaders exceeded 6'8". Height advantages extend beyond basketball. Taller runners show faster speeds in short and medium distance races. Swimmers can cover greater distance with each stroke and outreach shorter opponents. Boxers with longer reach can land punches while keeping their heads outside opponents' striking distance. Height provides greater absolute strength, increased work capacity, superior power generation, and expanded visibility on playing fields. Taller athletes show lower metabolic and heart rates relative to their size, providing significant endurance advantages. They are also less prone to dehydration during intense activity and heat. Young athletes receive explicit signals about height preferences early on. Taller children are recruited at higher rates, receive more coaching attention, and accumulate more competitive experience at elite levels consistently. Dating and romantic advantages. Dating advantages for tall people are substantial and measurable across research platforms and populations. Women generally prefer men taller than themselves, establishing what researchers call the male taller norm in romantic preferences. Men typically prefer women shorter than themselves. This asymmetry creates clear advantages for tall males in dating markets. Taller men are considered more attractive and date more frequently than men of average height. After analyzing dating profiles across the United States, researchers found that only 13.5% of men wanted to date exclusively shorter women, but nearly 50% of women wanted to date exclusively taller men. This disparity reflects how deeply the height preference runs in female mate selection. Height influences attractiveness at multiple levels. Increasing apparent height in male faces maximizes perceived attractiveness, while slightly decreasing apparent height in women's faces produces the same effect. Male height is associated with high mate value. Tall men are perceived as more attractive, dominant, and higher status than shorter rivals. Taller males show a consistent dating advantage, though research suggests there is a ceiling effect where the advantage diminishes when male height exceeds 6 feet. Taller people earn more money and are consistently more popular on dating sites, demonstrating that height advantages extend into romantic and social markets. There is even a confidence dimension to height in romance. Tall men are less jealous than short men, and specifically show less jealousy when facing physically attractive and dominant rivals. This suggests that height conveys genuine confidence and security in romantic relationships, not merely appearance-based preference or social selection bias. Social perception and authority recognition. Social advantages from height manifest in how people perceive authority, trustworthiness, and leadership. Taller people are consistently perceived as more confident and authoritative, a perception that influences social interactions across numerous contexts. In helping scenarios, people are more likely to assist tall individuals than short individuals with identical tasks. Taller people are perceived as more authoritative and are more likely to be hired for jobs when competing against equally qualified shorter candidates. Language itself reveals the social value of height. Highly esteemed people are described as big men, and we use height metaphors to indicate respect and admiration. We say we look up to people we admire, and tall people typically look down at shorter people, embedding authority literally into the body. Presidential elections demonstrate unconscious height bias. Nearly 60% of American presidents were taller than 5 feet 10 inches, the historical average male height, indicating that voters unconsciously favor taller candidates for positions of ultimate authority and power. The psychological consequences are measurable and profound. Taller people report higher life evaluation, more enjoyment, more happiness, less worry, and substantially less sadness. This suggests that social recognition of height advantages translates directly into measurable psychological well-being. Physical height is significantly related to social esteem, leader emergence, and performance evaluations. The cumulative effect is substantial and undeniable. Every system rewards height systematically. Careers advance faster, health improves, athletic performance gains competitive edge, romantic opportunities multiply, and social status increases measurably. These advantages compound across a lifetime, creating significant disparities in income, health outcomes, relationship satisfaction, and psychological well-being outcomes. Don't just accept these patterns. Subscribe and explore more hidden advantages in the traits you see every day.